Now for a town hall meeting for the rest of us. Our board president just gave us a well-thought-out and very eloquent town hall presentation which aimed at selling us on the idea of buying the golf course. His own words were, "It's a risk." There was no plan B in case the measure is voted down. We have hired consultants and the 2 to 3 hour long town hall meeting was only focused on buying the golf course. The folks that live on the golf course are justifiably elated with the idea because they are the most affected both aesthetically and economically by the condition of the course. And of course, they want desperately to play golf. They comprise 38% of our residents, a minority. They are in general more affluent and better organized by virtue of the golf clubs that they are in. They often push the board to use our HOA money to take care of their wants. They are very negative people. The bushes block their view of the golf course. We all pay to take care of it. They think our clubhouse is too shabby. We all pay for a remodel. There are not enough pickleball courts. We pay. The kitchen needs to be remodeled. We pay. Now, of course, they want us to buy them the golf course. And of course, their response is raise our HOA dues to pay for them being able to buy the golf course. Instead of buying at Andalusia, where they have a better clubhouse, better perimeter, more pickleball courts, and they already own their own golf course, they bought here and are relentlessly aiming at trying to force us to live up to their standards. The response our board made about the hardship imposed on those living closer to the edge was working out some payment plans involving liens. That response is heartless, selfish, and pathetic. In general, the residents who do not live on the golf course are less affluent, less organized, and in my opinion, treated like second-class citizens. They comprise 62%, a majority of our community. They stare at a wall in the backyard instead of a golf course. They can't even walk on the golf course that they just spent $28 a month for 4 years beautifying for the golf course people. Did anyone ever even thank you? The town hall justified your approval for this the same way they sucked you in on the P.L.A. project. Here's a direct response from the P.L.A. FAQs from around 8 years ago. We live in a community dominated by a golf course. When you enter the development, you see 6 holes and the driving range, whether you live on the golf course or not. Our property values are directly tied to the appearance of the golf course. This was repeated almost verbatim at the town hall that we just had. But are our property values really tied directly to the appearance of the golf course? Well, more so for the Golf View homes, the minority of our residents, the ones pushing so hard to get the board to use our money to buy the course, the ones who are sending out hate letters against anybody who says anything against buying the golf course. But for you, not so much. More important for you is how much more is this going to cost me? Am I going to have to accept a lien on my home to stay here? Thing is, Trilogy at the Polo Club doesn't even have a golf course, and their home values are very close to our non-golf course homes. You, who do not live on the course, drive through the gates, follow the street to your garage, go inside to see a wall out back. The board barely acknowledges this. After saying this, I will acknowledge that I do live on the course, and from day one opposed both the P.L.A. project and buying the golf course, based on the inequality to the majority of people who do not live on the course. So, although I think the P.L.A. was blotched and the results were miserable, I will say this to all of you without a view. Thank you for your sacrifice. Now, are you ready to sacrifice more so that someone richer than you can play a game? As our board said, buying a golf course is a big risk. It's very complicated. The list of early expenditures is enormous. Purchase course, print menus, maintain course restrooms, water pump, staff course and restaurant, maintain golf carts, golf cops and security, irrigation maintenance, replace golf carts, liquor licenses, lighting, tree maintenance, replace irrigation, hire management, pro shop, accounting, maintain lakes, course maintenance, insect control, back taxes, insurance, fire, flood, earth movement, legal, liability, workman's comp, property taxes, buy kitchen equipment, millions in reserve now, maintain sand traps, scalp and reseed, secure health department permits, advertising, maintain cart paths. Here's another pertinent FAQ from the P.L.A. Given that our community and thus the HOA are nonprofits, we cannot generate revenue. We, as an HOA, not-for-profit organization, are prohibited from making a profit from owning or operating a business. If we buy the golf course and it makes a profit, we don't get any benefit. It goes to the management company. But if it loses money, we as owners will have to pay the losses. If the board worked as hard at lowering our HOA dues as it has at pitching all of our recent high-ticket purchases, our home values would increase a lot more than taking the risk of going bankrupt. The board president mentioned the word risk several times during his pitch. Is that the function of the HOA, to take risk with our retirement money? He said that buying the golf course and operating it at a profit or break-even basis would be a risk. Do you want a board that takes all of our retirement money to Las Vegas and drops it down on a roulette table? Big risk. Who knows? Maybe big gain. Maybe we'd win enough to buy the golf course at Andalusia. Then we would control it. But also maybe our HOA goes bankrupt. I want security with my money, not risks and control headaches. Do you want an HOA that risks your money? Or do you want them to work hard to save your money and try to lower our HOA dues? And all this BS about control. Again, P.L.A. deja vu. By enhancing the aesthetics of our community, we can enhance our property values and lifestyle. While improving and stabilizing our community, we will control these areas. With great control comes great responsibility and great expense. I retired to relax, not take control. Please stop trying to put a stamp on the map. Stop trying to keep up with other communities. Just run the place and stop listening to all the super rich minority that keep telling you what they want. Let's forget about making our attorney rich. And forget about making the residents who live on the golf course richer. Let's start trying to enhance our own lives by lowering our HOA dues. Let's start saving our money for the things we really need. You have the power. You have 62% of the residency. It's time for the board to reflect that. The board should be neutral on this issue. They have no business encouraging their people to call their neighbors to encourage a yes vote. They should not be using these town hall meetings as infomercials and sales pitches. Real information, yes. Selling, no. During the one and only P.L.A. opposition meeting, a slide was shown depicting the campaign to sell us on the P.L.A. project as a runaway freight train. Hurry, vote yes, or the train will leave without you. One-time only sale. This will only last till Friday. Listen, they are selling you. They are asking you to pay the sticker price. The consultant is a self-promoter trying to talk his way into a job. And we pay and pay and pay. And who do they expect to patronize this course? The very people they just priced out of being able to afford to play the game. Now you are faced with paying the HOA dues or playing golf. Time to jump off this freight train. Time to say enough is enough. Time to shout out no more. Time to scream no more. Time to stand up to these people and vote no.